Hi. We are talking about allergy-free baking tonight. This is my normal everyday, our Wednesday kitchen pharmacy class, but I have to work tomorrow. So I am not going to be on tomorrow morning. So I thought it would be fun to get out there and chat with you guys tonight. And I don't want you to miss this class because I know you guys really want to chat about it. So let's get to it. I'm just sharing the live. Let people know we're out there. Good evening. How's everybody? It is a cray in my kitchen these days. We have a big event, 2 big events this week. One on Thursday and one Saturday. So it's gonna be crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. Hello, one feather. Hi, everybody. Let me put a little light on there so you can see me. How's that? That is one bright light. Hello, cold and rainy here. Yeah, us too. It's a little kind of rainy. Well, it's damp. It's like that dampness. Hello, thank you for my heart. All right, let's get going. So tonight, this is our regular, if you guys haven't been here before, I do a kitchen pharmacy class on Wednesday mornings, and because I have to work tomorrow, I wanted to fit this in. So this is our regular Q&A time. So I thought, all right, let me get this going. So we're gonna make 2 different recipes tonight for allergy-free, but I'm just gonna go over some highlights of our allergy-free papers. Hey, Tyler. Our allergy-free sort of information, and then we'll bake a little and make some other fun stuff. And while I'm talking, I'm gonna get our dates ready because we're gonna cook with some dates today. We're gonna make some date brownies. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I love Majol dates. They're wonderful, healthy, low glycemic, yummy. I'm just taking the pits out while we get ready. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? I'm excited when I see dates. Oh, me too. You know, this is a great company. They're out of California, I believe. The California mountains, I guess. Are there mountains in California? I think so. Look, these are, yes, Salinas. Yeah, Salinas. Oh, that's like, isn't that where, one day out near Salinas, Lord, let him slip away. And I was looking for that home and I hope it finds it. Who is that? Who is that singer? I train all my tomorrows for that single yesterday. Well, who is that? Oh my God. Janis Joplin. There we go. So these dates, I got to cook in Saudi Arabia for about a year. King Fahad's daughter-in-law owned a women's center in the diplomatic quarter of Riyadh, and I got to cook there. And when I went there, I had the most delicious dates. And when I came back to the States, I happened to find these dates. I forget where. I was in some little produce store, and I tried them. And ever since, I'm totally hooked because these were the dates I ate in the Middle East. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have them. And I called the guy. His name is Ray. What is his last? Ray Del Real. Ray Del Real. He's just a great guy. And so find these dates. I'm going to put that back up there. I mean, he just knows his dates and they're great. You know, a lot of health food stores, when you go to them for years and years and years, they sell these other kind of dates, but they're in like a red box. I know for you guys who shop in health food stores, I know you know what I'm talking about, but these dates are unbelievable. Hey, June. So it's awesome. So anyway, I'm just going to get some ready because we're going to make some date paste brownies today, and they're pretty easy to make, and they're allergen free. So let's talk a little bit about baking with allergies. And I want to go over some points, and then answer some questions, and we'll make, hey, Van Autry, thank you. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for my heart, me. Sometimes I don't have a memory at all. Sometimes my head is completely blank. I'm like, what was I just thinking? Has that happened to you guys? It started happening, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I'm just gonna chalk that up to I do too much. I'm never gonna chalk that up to like bad memory. Big time, right, Jude? I mean, it's like, what? I don't like that, but I also don't get too scared because I feel like I'm doing so much that it's bound to happen, All right, I'm just getting some water for the first glass that I could find, and then we're gonna get going. All right, so let's talk a little bit, and then guys, it helps when you share and you tap, because that's what gets people excited and come into our life, and we need that to stay in the wonderful world of algorithms. So today, some of the ingredients we're going to be using, I'm going to show you how to use flaxseed. We're going to use some allergy-free chocolate chips, which I love. Hey, Christina, how are you? I'm Bran, Rob, what's going on? We're making allergy-free date paste brownies. Maybe we'll put some chocolate chips in there. We're going to use a little coconut. We're going to use a lot of coconut tonight because, I don't know, if you don't like coconut, we'll figure out something else for you. Good evening. We're going to use some gluten-free flour to stay away from, what's that? Hey, Peggy. How are you? Nice to see you. All right, so we are going to, so when you're baking for allergies, it's important to use like specific parameters, right? I'm a cocoa nut. Yes, you are a cocoa nut. And the substitutions, you want to prevent cross contact, all those kinds of things, right? And you really want to read product labels because there's a lot of stuff hidden in things these days. I'm doing well. I am doing well. It's a little hectic in my shop because I'm balancing a brand new walk-in, a brand new oven, 2 big catering gigs, and we're 4 weeks, a little more than 4 weeks away from Thanksgiving, which, I mean, this is the craziest. Hey, Lexi. So, I'm kind of like, it's that kind of time. That's a lot of exciting stuff. It is, Jude. It's like, I'm a little like, and I want to stay in touch with all of you guys. So I'm just trying to balance everything. So when I get to that point or I'm really overwhelmed, I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm always like, okay, I'm just going to handle what's right in front of me right now. Like this thing right here. And I'm not going to think about anything else. That's how I operate. And then I can just shut everything else off, which is pretty impressive, I think. Hey, Lala. Okay, let me just take my sweater off. I'm not allowed to do that on camera with our wonderful world of, what are you doing? Don't get in trouble. All right, so let me get a bowl. So, okay, a couple of things. So for key allergy-friendly parameters, let's talk about that for a second. Oh, is that stupid thing covering my face? All right, hold on. Let's move that. Let me, I gotta mirror myself. I mean, these dogs, oh wait. How's that? And I'm sorry I don't have my contacts on. I just didn't have time. Let me see if I can sort of move this. Okay, I could go like this. I'm reading some notes because I don't like to miss stuff. Okay, so here's some parameters when you're thinking about allergy-friendly cooking. First, let's talk about the 9. So when we talk about allergy-free in the professional world of allergy-free, we look at these top allergies. I know them by the top of my head, but I'm going to read them anyway. So it's milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, soy, wheat, fish, shellfish, and now they've added a 9th one. Does anybody know what that is? I wonder, do you guys know? Hey, Josh Strike. Hey, Mary. Okay, great. So you guys know what it is? It's sesame. So many people are allergic to sesame, and a lot of times it's airborne, which I find very interesting. The other thing is gluten is never mentioned on the allergen list. A lot of when they talk about the top allergens, oh, well, wheat, I guess. Gluten. I think gluten, not wheat. But yeah, they say wheat. Just got the number 2 gifter, June. Who beat you? Who's number 1? Hi, Mary. October, perfect. Danielle. Okay, good. You can see it. Destroyed. Aldo destroyed. I don't know what that means, but all right. Is it gone? Okay, good. All right. I have to stand over here. That mirror thing drives me cuckoo. All right. So also corn, lupine are now on the list. Yeah, yes, but when you're baking and cooking, I haven't really seen that yet. It hasn't come through to me. I've heard that, but we might have that in our allergies, so we'll see. Christina, thank you. I just got my allergy test done last week. Just reminded me. Oh, did you get it yet? Thank you for my pumpkin latte. Lit up finger hearts. Yippee! Yeah, no, we have our Corgi. Look at you guys rocking the gifts tonight. Thank you so much. Okay, so now, all right. So some of the things in milk, right? You got to think cow's milk, butter, cheese, yogurt, heavy cream, heavy whipping cream. Eggs are in mayonnaise, custards, meringue is all egg. Peanuts, peanut butter, sauces, snacks containing peanuts, all those things you got to be aware of. Hey, Bianca. And then tree nuts, almonds, walnuts, cashews, pistachios, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts. Soy is to me the most insidious of all the allergens because they hide it in everything. Hi, campgrounds. Hi, One Feather. So, soy milk and tofu, obviously, soy sauce, obviously, textured soy protein, but so many processed foods. The spray oils, sometimes they have a soy lecithin in that. It's everywhere. Soy is everywhere. You got to read your labels. Fish, salmon, tuna, halibut, cod, you find that in sauces and marinades. Those are pretty much well labeled, shrimp, all those. It's in so much crap, Shannon, I know. And then sesame, tahini, hummus, baked goods, spice blends. So I think around 2023, they added that to the allergen list. So a couple of things. So what I notice for ingredients, let's talk a little bit about parameters. Common swaps include oats, but for me, oats, you got to get a gluten-free oat. That really helps. Yes, it's in so many things. Rice flour, coconut flour in place of wheat. And then egg replacers they have there's an old school, and for anybody that's been egg free for a million years or is vegan, you'll remember the Energy egg replacer, which I've used for years in my kitchen. It's like tapioca, potato starch, those kinds of things. And that has been like a tried and true sort of egg replacer for a million years. Bob's Red Mill has an egg replacer. And then you can get banana, applesauce. Thank you so much for those October pumpkins. Flax. Some people, they say aquafaba. I've worked with that. I am not a fan. It's like, I'm just not a fan. I've kind of lost my appeal to work with aquafaba or gluten-free, like Bob's Red Mill. Red Mill all-purpose gluten-free flour. I'm kind of over it. I've since moved to like the 1-to-1 flours, which we're going to use tonight. So some of those things. Now, for sugar, and we're not going to use sugar tonight. We're going to use dates and we're going to use coconut sugar. So I'm not going to use any cane sugar. I should say it like that because I know a lot of people are sensitive to that too. Yes. Is that the bean water? It's the bean water from chickpeas. It actually makes an incredibly fluffy sort of whipped cream kind of texture, but it doesn't hold. You have to make it and serve it and eat it. You can't let it sit on your plate. Not a fan. I've done it. I've worked with it a little bit. It's not my scene. I think there's better things out there. Let's see. So dairy substitutes. Obviously, there's tons of milks now. Yeah, it's a pain. There's tons of milks out there. You can use a hemp seed milk. You can use an oat milk, coconut milk. And then if you're not allergic to nuts, you know, there's a variety of nut milks out there. So that's something you have to pay attention to also. And then, you know, you got to read your labels. There's some, you know, hidden stuff, and you'll see that when, if you're really interested in this information, you can join the recipe vault from my Stan store, and you'll be able to download this. I'll have it out to you guys by tomorrow. Because sometimes I like think of stuff and I want to add it to the list during the class. So I kind of want to add for you guys like the hidden things and labels that you might not think about. And I didn't write that. Okay, hidden label foods. Okay, so best ingredient swaps. Well, let's talk about those real quick. So for wheat, there's obviously the malt brand is good, no fillers, no gums. Yes, you know what else is good? The Edwards milk's not organic. I don't think malt is organic either. And now the one that I'm really excited about, and this is the almond one, so we're not going to use it tonight, but the Califia Farms now and now has 4 ingredient. Oh, Shishi, I'm so happy. Enjoy it. Yes, John, I love Califia too. However, they have a lot of gums in their milks, except now they came out with the 3 ingredient and 4 ingredient milks. They have an almond, an oat, and a coconut. We've used all 3 and we love them. So they're refrigerated. They're wonderful. They just happen to be big sizes. They haven't come out with the small one yet, but they're really, really, really good. And I love them. So I was really happy to see it because they're organic. Edwards, Malk. The 3 Trees brand is also really good, but theirs are only specifically nut milks. So if you're not allergic to nuts, that's great. But if you have that allergy, then, you know, you can't use it. So for eggs, tonight I'm gonna show you the flaxseed. We're gonna make a date sweetened brownie, and we're gonna use the flax as our egg replacer, and I'll show you how that works. For butter, coconut oil, you know, avocado oil, the plant-based spreads are good. And also, I use the red butter because it's soy-free, but it has seed oil, so it's not something I like to promote much. Sometimes I'll use the palm oil, the one that's like, I hate to even say that because it's so not good for you, but it's kind of hard. Or like you can get the coconut butter. That's also good. Tonight we're going to use, oops, let me go grab it. We're going to use the coconut oil. You want me to let me take you with me so I don't get in trouble for not being on screen. Oh. Let's go get the coconut oil out of the pantry. My crazy pantry. Okay, we got coconut oil. Perfect. Yeah, so that works great in, you know, for your fats. I like it. And you can also get the coconut butter too. And a lot of times you might think that you're going to taste that. Maybe people that are sensitive to coconut might taste it. But honestly, when I bake with that, very few people actually notice that there's you know, it has a coconut flavor. I don't necessarily taste that, but I like coconut, so it doesn't really bother me too much. So here, her wallpaper. Oh, do you like that? I forget that I don't really show that too often. That's my mural that I put up. I just kind of dig it. It's like in my house. I needed some kind of like an accent wall, you know? Thanks. It's like I got it in some kind of mural place. I don't remember. I got it online. Thank you. All right. So so that's a couple of things. Peanuts, you know, you can do the sunflower seed butter. If you're making, that's great when you're making like those energy balls. If you are not nut allergens, or your kids have nut allergens, you could use, yeah, it's so cool because it faces out to my living room. So people are like, wow, that's so cool. And I do a lot of my Girl Scout cooking classes here, you know, for like smaller troops will come here and I'll do a cooking thing for them. And we always go over to the wall and I try and get them to identify spices. It's kind of cute. They kind of love it. It's fun. It's like a big learning wall. All right. And then for tree nuts, you know, you can use your seeds and seed butters. Those work also. So, for binding and leavening in baked goods, you can use flax. I do not like using chia, but you can also use chia, but I don't really do that too much. For nut allergies, obviously you're going to avoid all the nut-based butters and you're going to choose seed and seed butters. And then for your wheat and gluten allergies, there's a really wonderful blend, and I think I added it one time to our one of our gluten-free classes that I took out of the America's Test Kitchen. I used that for a very long time, but now I am really stuck on Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 flour. I just love it. It's so easy. It doesn't have an aftertaste. It's rice flour, tapioca, you know, those kinds of things. And I just totally dig it. So for our egg replacer tonight, I'm also going to use flaxseed, and I'm going to put it in my Mr. Coffee seed grinder, which I love. And we're just going to grind this bad boy up. And then you guys all know, if you've been here for a while, you know I have my secret pot of flax right by my stove that I add to everything. My salads, soups, vegetables. I am a flaxseed girl. I love it. I think it's so great. It's high in omega-3s. It's just really wonderful. So it's great brain health, all that fun stuff. High fiber. It's just yummy. Now, let's get our, I already turned on my oven. I want to show you how I make these brownies because they're so good. And, you know, you'll be able to download this in the Stand Store if you're part of the Recipe Vault. It's just wonderful. And it's in our kitchen pharmacy. I'm chewing on a seed. Okay, let me get to this recipe. And then I want to make you guys my jasmine rice pudding because it's so good. It's a coconut rice pudding. And I'm actually going to share this recipe with you guys. Oh, I forgot. I was thinking about making a chocolate cake with you guys and showing you that you don't even need sort of an egg replacer, but that'll be our part 2. Uh-oh, some comments in this live were filtered. Uh-oh. Everybody be nice. Just drinking water tonight. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, I preheated my oven to 350, and I'm gonna use my baking dish, you know, like an old style, the 8x8 brownie baking dish. We could do parchment paper in here, or I'm just going to put a little bit of coconut oil and some 1-to-1 flour so that nothing sticks. Let me get my coconut oil out. Do I have some? Yes, I do. Whoops. I want to just, yep, okay. I'm just going to put a little in here. I don't have much left. And then we're going to brush it and add a little flour. This is how I do all of my, you know, baking in any kind of pan. And honestly, even when I have those, you know, non-stick, I always do some kind of paper or something. Hey, it's Nance. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, there's a comment pinned. What does it say? I can't see the pin. Hi, T. Wendy. How are you? We're doing allergy-free cooking tonight. Now, I'm going to add a little bit here of, oops, did I leave my 1-to-1 flour? All right, come on, we got to go back. I forgot it. Got to go back into the crazy room. My kitchen. Forgot my gluten-free flour. I knew there was like a big thing missing. Hi, Judy. Welcome. I'm not probably were like looking right at my nose. All right. So now we're going to add this to a little bit. This is my way. We have, you guys can visit the stand store. We have all of this in our stand store now, all the recipes. You can get our cookbook. Someone just said they got the cookbook today or last night. I'm so excited. We have a soup cookbook out because it's soup season. Next week is our last October class. We are making soup. And all the soups I'm doing happen to not be in the soup book because I figured if you have the soup cookbook, you won't want to take the class too. But you can see how I make soups. And then there's all right, relax everybody. There's a wonderful video that I made on how to make stocks. So if you need them, you can find that video in the on my profile page. All right, so this is ready to go. I'm gonna leave this over here. And now we're gonna make our batter. So the first thing I'm going to do, I want to warm a little bit of water because you're going to have to make the dates sort of, kind of supple, I guess, or creamy. So to do that, we're going to need a little bit of warm water. Let me see. So we need 1.5 cups first of the dates. Will the soups be next Monday? No, Patty. I'm doing soup. Let's see, next Monday's class is, Thanksgiving sides. We did Thanksgiving main courses for vegetarians last night in our super fan class, and that replay will be up on YouTube shortly. And then next week, so I want to get in a lot of Thanksgiving so you guys have it. And if you need help for Thanksgiving, go and download the Thanksgiving survival guide. I think it's like $15 on my thing. It's like 54 pages. There's recipes. There's actually a turkey cooking chart. Like you can look it up. How many pounds is your turkey? How long should you cook it for? And it takes you through the entire plan of Thanksgiving. It's really good. And yeah, Patty, it's actually great. And I have recipes in there, how to make gravy, how to make cranberry sauce, stuffing. And then there's a whole section on leftovers, how to make your table beautiful. It's wonderful. It's everything you need for Thanksgiving. And if you're a pass holder, you get that download for free. Okay, so here you go. This is going in for our brownies. And now I'm gonna add to that about 3/4 of water. Actually, what I normally do, and we should do this, instead of doing it that way, let me show you this. I don't even think I need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because that's what, when you get the recipe, you'll be confused that I didn't do it. I think these are soft enough, but I'm going to give them like 5 minutes with warm water to just sort of soften them just a little bit more. I really don't think they need it, but let's just do it anyway. Because that's what if you get some dates that are a little bit drier, which means they're a little older sometimes, we'll just dry them just a little bit. And in the meantime, we're going to get the rest of our stuff together. Let's get our other ingredients ready. So we're gonna do the tablespoon of flax, and this is pretty standard for 1 egg, right? 1 egg, the equivalent is, and I'll show you, this is a tablespoon of flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of warm water, and that's it. And we're just gonna let that sort of kind of come together. Then we're gonna cook with a little bit of maple syrup tonight, which I love. And it's, again, it's not one of those sugars. It's got a lower glycemic index, right, Lauren? Doesn't it have a lower glycemic than, what do you call it? You honestly don't even need it. We probably don't even have to put it in. If you're sensitive to sugar, we don't even need it. Is that instead of egg? Yes. Hey, it's Nance. This is definitely so this 1 tablespoon of flax to 3 tablespoons of water is the equivalent to 1 egg in a recipe. Okay. And then we're going to do some vanilla extract. Make sure it's real. Some of the vanilla extracts out there are not, they're not the real thing. My grandson is sensitive to flax. Is he sensitive to eggs, or can he have eggs? If he can have eggs, use eggs. If he can't, you could use, I think so too, Rainey. I think we're going to leave the maple syrup out. They're so sweet. You don't really need it. And plus, we're also going to add in a little chocolate chip. So it kind of makes it sweet. So let's leave out the maple syrup. If you really have to have it, you can totally do it. And it's going to be, it will be, what do you call it? I forgot what I was saying. See, there's my brain. Just completely went blank. Eggs are okay. So then just add an egg. So for you, when you do this recipe, if you download it, all you have to do is take the flax out and put the egg in. I agree, Randy. Dates are sweet enough. So now we're going to melt our coconut oil. Let's see. Where's my coconut oil? Where did I put it? Oh, it's behind my flour. That vanilla smells so good. These are great brownies because you don't have to worry, If you have an allergy, or a bunch of kids are coming over, or your family's coming and you need something that's allergen free, for the most part, there are going to be, remember, I'm looking at 9 allergies. That's it. I'm not looking at anything else. So, your family might have specific allergies. And if you do have that, that's where you guys, the best way to do that is to reach out to me and say, hey, I've got all these allergies. I need help and recipes designed. And then we go through it together, and I'll just design recipes for you or your family, and it makes it a lot easier. So I have that service, another service you can, check out on the Stan Store. It's there for you. Okay, so I just wanted to measure that out, and we're gonna now just melt this. What I love about this is, and what I find so wonderful about making things like this, is that when you look at the ingredients and you see the ingredients that I'm using, they're so clean, they're so fresh, they're so, they're real. They're not all that fake stuff that you get in a packaged thing. And let's say, okay, so there's, thanks for my heart. Hey user, thanks for the follow. Hi Deanne, nice to see you. You're making it to a kitchen pharmacy class. Kesha, we are doing allergy-friendly food. Usually I am on Wednesday mornings for our kitchen pharmacy class, and that's all about food and healing. So could you use avocado oil instead of coconut? 100%. Yes, you could. For sure. You could use olive oil if you wanted to. You could use an olive oil, avocado oil blend. So yes, 100%. Okay, so then, all right, we did all that. Now let's get our dry ingredients together, and then we're gonna blend honestly, we could just blend these now. So I'm going to take them out of the water. Do I have my strainer? Yes, yay. All right. We're going to hold on to that liquid for a minute just in case we need it. And now we're going to go ahead, put this in here, and blend that. Now, if we need this liquid, just because it might be a little dry, we will check that out. So I'm going to blend this real fast. Well, Snickers, I'm gonna default Lauren for that. I think if you if it doesn't bother you, then avocado shouldn't be bad. But if you're sensitive to it, then that might be the reason why you have to stay away. You won't know that. The best way to learn that is if you do the allergy test. It depends on, what your body is sensitive to. Like if your body, Snickers, is sensitive to avocado, then yes, by all means, don't use it. Maybe somebody's sensitive to, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid to this. I'm constantly promoting for you guys to go and go to your doctor or find a functional medicine doctor that's willing to do the IgG test for you. And that's how you can tell what foods you're sensitive to. Those are the things that are going to raise your histamine level. Those are the things that are going to affect your gut. And then your gut is attached to your brain. There's a relationship to your brain and gut. So those are the things that are going to affect the histamine levels in your body. And that's what affects your neurotransmitters. And that's what's going to affect, concentration, brain fog, mood, all of that. All right, let's see how I'm just cleaning up a little bit because it gets me a little cuckoo. All right, let's see how we look. This looks great. All right, now let's add into here. We're going to hold on to this just in case we need a little bit more liquid. And then we're going to put in our bowl our gluten-free flour. So we are really, we're really going for it. You might not, so here's the thing. If you're not allergic to gluten, you could replace in here. Okay, thanks. If you're not, okay. You don't have to use gluten-free flour. You could use regular flour. A lot of people have trouble because they are insulin resistant and don't know it. Peggy, another thing. Listen, that's what I love about naturopathic doctors and functional medicine doctors and looking at blood work and not just looking at cholesterol and, I want to see my SED rates. I want to see what my rates are for inflammation in my body. I want to look at a full thyroid hormone panel, all the TSH. I want to see all of those things. I want to do that glycemic test where you fast and then you eat something, then you wait 2 hours, and you go back to the doctor and they take your blood. Those things are so important to understand. And when you go to functional medicine doctors or you go to naturopathic doctors, they're doing all of those tests, and they make a huge difference. You get a full idea. Check out, do you have the MTHR gene? That's going to change how you methylate things. That's how you detox on a cellular level. It's even more important for you to be able to, stay away from foods that you're sensitive to. So hey, it's Nance. So here's a couple of things. Let me know when you have a pen and paper. And if Lauren is still here, she was here before. She's sort of like the dietitian that checks me. Like she'll tell you I'm right on or I missed something. But here's what you're going to ask for. You want to ask for, let me know when you're ready, and I will give you the information. I'll give you the test that you want to ask your doctor for, because it's really important. Ready with a pen. Okay, get like a full thyroid panel, like all your thyroid hormones, TSH, all that kind of stuff. Ask for IgG. Make them give you, that's the food sensitivity panel. They even go as deep as an IgA. That's a little hard. What state do you live in, may I ask? Because that makes a difference if you can get some of these tests done. As long as you're not in, I think it's like New York, California, wah, wah, wah. You might have a difficult time getting these done in California, but try it, ask anyway. IgG and IgA, I don't think they're going to give you an IgA. You might get away with IgG. That is a food sensitivity panel. That's what, hold on, that's grandma. I just have to let her know, because otherwise she'll keep calling. Where's grandma? Hold on, sorry guys. You also want to ask for your MTHFR. Hold on, teaching class. Your MTHFR gene, see if they'll test for that. It's a basic test. They should be able to do it. Ask for your blood type. What else can you ask for? I think those are sort of the main things. Ask for your inflammation rate. Can I remember? Let me see if I can check this. Give me a second. I want you to have, this is really good information. Let me see. La, 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 la. I want to see if I can, there's something I'm missing, I think. Do I have this on my phone? I don't have it on my phone. And my laptop's not in front of me. Usually I have my laptop, but I think that's a really good start. Ask for those tests. You're melting the oil. Yippee, thank you. We're gonna have to do that again. It's smoked. Thank you so much for telling me that. Well, that's, Kath, I don't think she's gonna get that. You're not gonna get a full metabolic blood panel from California. And that's usually a specialty lab, no? Now, for everybody, A1C, thank you, that's a really good one. But I think that comes sort of with the basic package of blood work. But yeah, your A1C is really important too. Now, Kath, who's in our chat, she's super hardcore. She's in the rabbit hole with me. But I leave some of what she says out because I think it's really sometimes goes really far down. I know you take that with love because you know I totally get you. But sometimes, like what Kath is talking about, those big metabolic panels talk about your neurotransmitters. They go through all your major nutrients, but those are usually coming from a functional medicine doctor, not necessarily like a primary care, regular doctor that you'd go to. So those are not regular sanctioned sort of blood tests. Those you want to get from naturopathic doctors or a really good functional medicine doctor. And yeah, those tell a very big story. One of these days I should show you what they look like. I have them on my shelf in there. I've been taking them for years and they really totally help you. Yeah, you would need, not necessarily, a specialty doctor, meaning either a really good functional medicine doctor or a what do you call it? A naturopathic. All right, so in here, we're gonna put some baking soda and Ooh, I'm making pretzel bites tomorrow. If you guys remember when we made them the other day. Did anybody ever make them? Did you guys try them yet from German Night? They came out. I'm excited to make them for the party. Hello, doggy. We need some salt. All right, I gotta watch this oil. Remind me that it's there. I'm gonna forget again. Yeah, so Kitchen Pharmacy today, no live tomorrow. Ruby, if I go live tomorrow, it's gonna be while I'm cooking, and I am not making any promise because it's pretty hectic in my kitchen these days. And then someone just decided that they couldn't work anymore. So now we're down another it's just kind of crazy. It's just a little hectic. All right, so now we're gonna add a little cocoa powder. This, I use an alkaline cocoa powder. It's great. I forget the name. It's not Chatfield. I forget. It might actually be like from like Sun Foods or the other one, Navitas, one of those guys. So we're adding our cocoa powder. You could, if you wanted to, melt chocolate, but you don't have to. He doesn't really come on camera often. I kind of feel bad, but it's just too much. I can't. It's very hard for me to. It's just hard. Okay, look at that. So now we have this. All right, coconut, cocoa powder. We have our gluten-free flour. We have our warm water. We put a little in here with our dates. I'm gonna do 2 bowls. We're gonna make our wet and dry ingredients. Then we'll mix them together, put them in our baking. Oh, our oil's done. Yay, I didn't forget. Look how pretty. What can I brush my cocoa butter cookies with? What's the flavor? Do you want to do like cinnamon sugar? Do you want to do, it just depends what you're thinking. I'm mixing all my wet together. Good evening, Carrie. I love that you called everybody family. All right, now let me move this over. Hold on. Let's do our wet. You guys can see this, yes? Let me get out all of our date paste. These are gonna be yummy. I just love these. Here's our dates. Yeah, we're not gonna put, I have maple syrup. I might just even take it out because the dates are so sweet. You don't, I don't like very sweet desserts, so it's better not to have them all in here. Okay. And then we're gonna add our coconut oil and our flax in here. And I'm just gonna kind of incorporate this with my spatula. We put our vanilla in. What else do we need in here? I think that's everything. Look at how pretty. Oh, it smells so good. So Peggy, these recipes are in the recipe vault. It's on our Stand store. It's $5 a month to be part of it. There's over 400 recipes. So every recipe you've seen pretty much that I've done, that I've said, okay, you get all access. And then all of the Kitchen Pharmacy, they're all in there. Hey, Pamela. All right, now we are gonna mix our wet and our dry together. Look at how beautiful. Now, honestly, do you need the flaxseed? I don't think so. I think this would actually make our brownie just good. It's gonna be very fudgy. You'll see when we bake it. It gets nice and fudgy. And now you could add to this, if you like walnuts in your brownies, it would be great to put walnuts in here because then you have all this great. But remember, if you're allergic, that's why they're not in here. So these brownies that I'm making right now are completely allergy free for the 9 allergies. No eggs, no dairy, no wheat, no soy, no sesame, all of that's missing. So we're pretty much in great shape in terms of no allergies, no nuts, no soy. Okay, now there you go. Yum, walnuts. Yes. So if we weren't cooking for no allergies, I'd be like, woo, put them in. Now this might be too small a batch. We'll see. We're gonna see how it bakes off. I almost feel like I want to put this in a smaller. Do I have something smaller? I think I might. Hold on. I think I have like a little round baking dish. Give me 1 second. I want to grab that. Here, we're going to use this. I think this is going to be too big and it's going to get lost and too flat. So let's use this. We'll put our flour in here. We'll brush this a little. That's a little coconut oil. I'm just going to brush it and add our flour and put it in this pan. I feel like it'll be a little bit better. It'll be a brownie pie, a fudgy brownie pie. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I know walnuts. So what we're gonna put on top of this to make it a little fancy, I have some coconut and I have what do you call it? Chocolate chips, the allergy-free ones, the Enjoy Life ones. They have that blue label. You've seen me use them a ton of times. I love them because, again, they're free of all the allergens. So you could mix them in or you could just, oh yeah, this will be perfect. Great. Look at this beautiful brownie mix. It's gonna be nice and fudgy, really yummy. We put a little baking soda so it should rise a little bit. All right, I'm tasting it. You're so funny, Christina. Oh my God, that tastes delish. I'm totally digging this. I need a quick spatula. Oh, I'll use this. You know, I think, it's just real ingredients, which I love. There's no fake ingredients here, so it just makes such a nice difference. And you can't go wrong with real ingredients, you know? All right, there you go. Now, can a diabetic eat this? I would say no. But that's a different class. All right, so look, I'm gonna put a little bit of chocolate chips on it. Do you need it? Absolutely not. Does it make it look kind of fun? Like you're mixing something yummy into something that you think isn't gonna taste that good? Yes, sir. All right, and then look, I have some coconut chips. That will get a little toasty. And if you don't like coconut, don't look at it. April, how are you? That's it. Now we're gonna put this in. They're gonna bake for about 20 to 25 minutes on 350. And then while we're waiting for this, we're gonna make our coconut rice pudding. Let me set my timer, which I never do. I'm gonna set it for 22. Perfect. Hello, Lori. Love coconut everything. Yeah, me too, Nan. Some people don't. Some people do not like coconut. All right, now, Here we go with real coconut crazy. I'm gonna make a coconut rice pudding. If you don't like coconut and you wanna do something else and you don't have an allergy to milks or dairy or nuts, you could change anything. I like that pan. Oh, the little round one that I just put it in? Yeah, it's great. Ryan, that's kind of funny. When my husband and I, when we first moved into this house, we lived sort of like up a driveway off a main road. And when we moved in and like, I want to say, I honestly don't remember. It must have been close to Halloween because maybe we moved in the summer and then we, it was shortly after we moved in, it was Halloween, and we went out and bought a buttload of candy, bags and bags and bags of candy. We were so excited to think, it was our first home, and we were like, yippee, and nobody came. Not one person. And we ate candy forever. Hey, Lee, how's it going? Thank you for my love you so much. My problem, I don't dig coconut at all. Okay, so one feather. So you're not gonna like this next recipe. However, let me talk you through other ways to do it that, can you drink milk? Can you drink like regular or, milk? Hi, Weeda. Right? I know it's so, I always felt so sad. I mean, you don't have to do anything coconut. Those brownies does not need coconut. You can do you could do, what do you call it? Avocado oil. I love coconut. Yeah, some people love coconut. Well, you get ready because now we're going to make coconut rice pudding. So if you don't like coconut, you're not going to like coconut rice pudding. But if you have no nut allergies, you could do almond milk. You could do regular milk. So I'm going to use 1 cup because this spread so much. I was sad too. I know, it was really sad. Has anyone since in their daily heart? Oh, thank you. Daily heart meat is so important. Yeah, if you like your creators, make sure you daily heart meat. Okay, so now we're going to do, I'm going to get let me bring you guys over to the stove. I want you to see this. So now, hello there. I don't like coconut and I do I love the flavor of cooking and baking. So Z, you don't mind like cooking and baking? Ooh, that sounds good. Mango rice pudding. Yeah, you could make mango rice pudding. You could do mango juice. Love that. Pineapple juice. You could make regular, if you don't have all of these allergies, I'm doing stuff that because coconut's not on the allergy list. Yeah, you like it or you don't, for sure. That is absolutely true. Hold on, let me get this here. Okay. All right, so can you guys see in that pot? Let me see. Come on. Okay, good. All right, I want to show you. All right. So you're not going to really see me too much. I'll try. Oh, I know how to do it. Hold on, let me mirror me again. Come here, puppies. You're being crazy. Okay, there you go. Ah. All right. So in here, the first thing I'm going to do is put my rice in. And I'm using white jasmine rice for the pudding, rice pudding. And then I'm going to add water. Why am I adding water? Because it just thins everything out. And we're going to go through. Now, normally when you're making regular rice, you are doing, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, right? So if it's 1 cup of water, you're doing 2 cups of, that's not going to work. You're going to use 2 cups of water or stock. But for rice pudding, you have to triple that. So I'm actually going to do a little bit more than that. Actually, no, I'm going to do about that. So I'm going to do 1 cup of 1 cup of rice to 3 cups of water. And I'm going to add my vanilla. Now this is where The only ingredient that I would say you would have to leave out of this, and you don't, if you're not gonna make it with what do you call it, coconut, you can use, I'm using coconut sugar, but if you don't want to use coconut sugar, you could use cane sugar. You could go, wait, hold on, what does that say? I see it, hold on. Coconut, okay. I've started using that brand, Jasmine, and I'm so surprised by how fragrant it is. Yes, yeah, it's not instant, no. It all sounds good. So the only ingredient that would be hard to replace is I'm going to be putting in here some coconut cream and some condensed coconut milk. You don't really need that in here at all. You can just do it. The populars are 2 points for 58 minutes. Really? That's awesome. And I don't like it. Hi, Copper Queen. Thanks for my heart. Ooh, the Go Populars are worth like a bunch of fat points tonight. Yippee. Okay. So I'm adding some coconut sugar. Now, if you don't want to use coconut sugar, you could use maple sugar, monk fruit sweetener, maple syrup, right? You don't have to use this if you're not a coconut girl or boy. Either way. All right. And then the last ingredient I'm going to put in here right now, and we're going to simmer this very, very slowly. I don't really want to cook this fast because it tends to get thick and then it sticks and then it burns. So you want to watch it. At work, I steam this, and I like when it steams. When I steam it better than if I don't have any coconut milk in there. All right, we're using this one. All right, and then I'm going to use, hold on, let me get my, I'm using the evaporated coconut milk. It doesn't have any sweetener in it. I think the only sweetener it has is coconut sugar. Thank you for my hat and mustache. Could you use monk fruit? 100% you could use monk fruit. You could use regular milk. I am just avoiding every single one of the 9 allergens by doing it this way. And cane sugar. So that's why I'm using coconut tonight. And actually this is very popular in my shop. But I'm just trying to say, if you don't want coconut, you could do it. I'm trying to give you different ways to do it. The only ingredient I couldn't do is, I think the only other evaporated milk you can get is regular dairy. And they do have an organic version of regular dairy evaporated milk. I would just leave it out. I'm leaving it in here. I'm putting it in here because it's obviously coconut milk. It's sweet and it just adds some creaminess to the pudding. So now we're going to just let that go. We're just going to let it work itself. And I'm only going to add like a little tiny, 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 tiny pinch of salt. Pink. That's it. So you could use monk fruit. You could use an almond milk or regular milk or what else? I mean, it just depends on how you, what your allergies are. So if you can tolerate dairy, just use regular organic milk. If you can't tolerate dairy, use hemp milk. If you can tolerate nuts, use nuts. You could also use like a date sugar or a monk fruit sweetener. I have the monk fruit here as well. All right, we're going to let that cook for a little while, and then we're going to just chat about fun stuff. I don't know what, but we're going to figure it out. I was told alcohol vanilla cooks out, so it should be added after cooking. Is that true? What do you mean, like a fresh alcohol? Well, I mean, are you talking about like a vanilla? Because vanilla is suspended in, some vanillas are made with, or extracted through alcohol. Yes, that's true. But I mean, I just put it in now. You don't have to. I'm lazy like that. I don't want to think about it later. You could totally stir it in later. For me, it makes no difference. For other people, it's a sin to do what I did. If you have a vanilla bean, you could just cook the vanilla bean in there the whole time. I don't think it could have alcohol, but I would think you'd want the alcohol to come out. So why wouldn't, I mean, if it's warm, it's just going to boil out. Yeah, organic alcohol. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I mean, it is a sin for you to like put that in now, I guess. Everybody always adds it at the end. I don't. Just because, seriously, I'm lazy and I don't want to think about it. Work its system. You're so funny. Thank you for my heart, mate. 80 plus of us on here. Yippee! Do you have to slice the vanilla bean open before you cook it? Yes. If you were going to use a vanilla bean, if I was going to use vanilla bean, which is really nice, I just don't have any tonight, I would cut that open, scrape it, mix it in the pot, and then just throw the bean in too. I would make that all happen just like that. I don't think I have vanilla beans. And who wants to go through this closet looking? I actually might, but I don't think so. I have vanilla paste. That's kind of fun to use, but not important. All right, yes, I brought out my monk fruit sweetener. I like this brand. Should you give the rice a little stir? I did give it a little stir, Heather. And I don't think about it now. I just kind of wait and let it simmer. But you do have to watch it. If you have a steamer at home, if you have one of those combi steamers, like I have one over here, it's just not in view for you guys. Like I have that Miele combi steamer oven kind of thing. And it's great, but yeah, it can stick and burn, right? So what I do is, it's not there now. But because there's sweetener in it, that's why I say that, Heather. Because there's sweetener in it, it has the possibility of sticking to the bottom of the pot. So you just want to watch. That's why you don't want to do a rapid boil and walk away and come back and think, oh, it's okay. And then you're like, oh no, So you can be very creative if you know the right ingredients, right? If you have the right ingredients for yourself and you know the principles of allergy-free baking, it becomes a lot easier. Now, some people, we're at 30,000. Yippee! We can do it. We can do it. We could do it. Now, some people are allergic to everything, right? They can't have anything. Most people maybe have one or two of these allergies. I just want to show you that it's possible to be able to create something where you are completely the 9 allergens free. And then you might find that, you are sensitive, like somebody said tonight, somebody's grandson or child is sensitive to flax, but not to egg. So you could adjust these. I leave out cane sugar because I think a lot of people are sensitive to cane sugar and they just don't know it. Now, if you wanted to make the brownies for somebody who's like a type 2 diabetic and, you wanted it to be a special occasion, you could use the monk fruit sweetener, although it's got a pretty high carb load. And when I made this for my client who was a type 2 diabetic, he had trouble. This spiked his blood sugar. It doesn't have any fiber. It has 4 grams of carbohydrates in a teaspoon, and it's pretty strong. It smells like, this monk fruit smells like brown sugar. But if you put this on oatmeal, that's pretty intense. This thing has a cinnamon muffin on the back. Let me see. Let's see what it says. Oh, almond flour, monk fruit, baking powder, egg, vanilla, shredded mozzarella cheese. Who puts mozzarella cheese on their freaking... Did you ever use allulose? I don't like those. They bother my stomach. But isn't that weird? I think they must have made a mistake, no? Oh no, melt the mozzarella and cream cheese together in the microwave for 60 to 90. Did anybody ever hear of that? Mozzarella cheese on a cinnamon roll? I'm not doing that, ever. That sounds terrible. What is it of sugar? It's monk fruit. No, right? Yeah, it's saying it's for the icing. That's bizarre. I don't know who did that. No, it's for the dough. I'm intrigued. I'm freaked out and intrigued. I almost feel like we have to make that. That should be like that should be like a series. Make cheese pull bun in a cinnamon bun. Hey, that sounds crazy. We should do that. I should find like healthy things and then do the like package thing. I don't think so. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not putting mozzarella on a cinnamon roll. That sounds crazy. Not doing it. So I'm not doing it. Okay, now this is going a little too fast for my love or liking. So I'm gonna lower this and go really slow. I'm gonna bring this down to like a medium low. I love this rice pudding. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's so good. All right, you want to, what else? Let me see if I missed anything in here. I know I have a lot of stuff in here to share. What other things do you guys need for allergy-free baking that you'd like to see in this packet that I could add to the recipes before I post it? Is there any other recipes that you're thinking like, oh my God, I wish she could show us this baking thing? Like, I can make flourless, I can make a chocolate cake. We have in the store a gluten-free, vegan, a gluten-free, egg-free, what do you call it? Blueberry muffin. That's delicious. That we make with like gluten-free flour. Oh, doggies. I do. But honestly, the only thing you need to do is take your favorite gluten-free cookie your favorite chocolate chip cookie and just change, thanks Lee, and change the flour to the 1-to-1 flour. That would be the easiest way. And do it, but I could add for you guys a chocolate chip cookie if you want. You just need it to be gluten-free. You can have egg in it. We did a cauliflower pizza crust. I can do it again. I haven't done that in a while. We did. You're gonna love cauliflower. The recipe, maybe no egg. What about butter? Can you have butter? You need it to be gluten-free, egg-free. Butter's fine. What about, what was the other thing I was gonna ask you? What about, can you have sugar in it? You can do the 1-to-1. Does it have sugar in it? One of your kids is sensitive to eggs. Can you have sugar in it? Yes, you can have sugar. I could do it with maple sugar. I'm doing it with maple sugar. Do you want walnuts in it or no nuts? What's tonight's lesson? Gail, we're doing allergy baking. This is the kitchen pharmacy class that I can't do tomorrow because I'll be working. So I wanted to do baking with allergies. Baking for allergies. And we just did a brownie recipe that's coming out in 58 seconds. Walnuts could be optional. I mean, I could probably, what time is it? 8:15? I won't be able to make it fast enough. I'll add it to these recipes for you so you'll be able to download it. Yes to sugar. You're in. How we doing? 12 out of 20 gifters. Yippee. We're almost there. All right. Here comes our brownies. I'm very excited. Kath, this is great for you. You're getting treats that are vegan. Now, the thing that you want to know about rice pudding is that you want it to sit overnight. You don't want to serve it the same day you make it. Maybe if you make it in the morning and you're serving it at night, it does have to sit and rest because you want the rice to absorb all the flavor. Yeah, it's kind of nice to eat vegan once in a while, plant-based. OMG! Look at that. That looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. I think that's beautiful. I wonder if it should go. I'm going to let it go another 5 minutes, even though I don't think we need it. So now we have these wholesome, yummy, delicious ingredients that are not going to bother people. They're not going to, and this, again, remember, this is for someone who can eat sweets or carbs, that it's not going to affect them. But even if you're, as long as you're not diabetic and you want to eat something like this, it's still going to be inflammatory because it's, a flour, but it's going to be less. Does that make sense? It's not going to be as bad. Yep, got it. It's not going to be as bad as if you were eating, a packaged food brownie, right? We're going on the premise of better than. While you're making the transition to cleaner, healthier, better food, to a much cleaner diet, this is what you're looking to do. Does that make sense? Like it's really important to me because what I've noticed thank you for my October. I love that little pumpkin. What I love for people to see is that, a lot of people are not feeling good. And I know a lot of you guys are my age, but even the 30 somethings now are, coming down with some kind of, more serious sort of autoimmune issues. And I get worried, and I while you're transitioning, while you're moving closer to a cleaner diet, more anti-inflammatory foods, to bake something like this versus going to a store and buying some crappy garbage stuff. Yeah, Heather, it's really, it's so good and it's super clean. Every ingredient I used tonight was organic. So if you go from that space, it's so much better for you. Hey, Rody Cat. Right? Yes. Easy to prepare too. Both were. You need a food processor, I think, or, one of those really good blenders to get, to blend your dates. But yes, and when you use real clean ingredients, you're going to feel better. You know, you're not using a seed oil, you're not using vegetable oil, you're using coconut oil. And if you're not going to use coconut oil, you can use avocado, that's fine. Those things are going to make the difference, right? You're using an alkalized cocoa powder, you really want that. Flaxseed, now you've got fiber, you've got high omega-3s. You're eating things that are going to give you nutrients. It's nutrient dense. Can I ask you why vegetable oil is bad? So vegetable oils, June, are usually blended. They are highly synthetic. Sometimes they come from all different sources. So if you're using something like, when we used like Wesson oil, I grew up on Wesson oil. Those oils are, what is alkaline? Hang tight for a minute. Those oils are so over processed that they become highly inflammatory in the body. That's why one of the first things that I tell everybody is, if there's so many of those statements that I could say to you. If there's one thing I wanted to see you guys do to transition to a cleaner diet, changing your oils would be number one. Especially as we get older, if your joints are swelling, if you have a little arthritis, if you're going through menopause, if you have any type of autoimmune cancer in your family, seed oils must leave. You must change your oils. And the 3 oils that you want to use are organic, avocado, olive, and coconut. After that, we're talking beef tallow, and way after that would be chicken fat, bacon, butter. That's it. When our ancestors grew up and were before Crisco, they were cooking with butter, they were cooking with bacon fat, they were cooking with beef fat. Oh, you got one right here, Mary. It really has, right, Kimye? You will see people who have trouble losing weight, and I don't talk about weight at all, and I'm not allowed to make weight claims, and I rarely do because I think it needs to be healthy. I think weight is a symptom of obviously a diet rich in chemicals. And the minute you take those out and you go to fresh food, nutrient-dense food, it is very hard to overeat nutrient-dense food. They are on fire tonight, Gail. You are 100% right. Come here, Jackson. Come over here, buddy. Everything's okay, pal. So look, I want to show you this. It's got time. I know, thanks to you. Yeah. So I don't know, does that help answer the question, June? If you go down that rabbit hole, I should probably do a whole thing about seed oils because this is not ready yet. It still needs, I would say, a good hour. So we're just going to let that sit. In the meantime, we're going to stare at our pretty brownies. Look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous. Thank you for my heart, me flax. Thank you, Char Strike. So, I don't think I've done really a good seed oil sort of go down that road. But really, at the end of the day, that would be my first choice for you. For all of us, is to not ingest seed oils. So what we're going to have to do, the final straw is changing our mayonnaise. And it's the only thing left in my kitchen at work and at home that has seed oils. Now look at this. Look at our fudgy brownie. Can you guys see that? I will. We're going to do that soon. Isn't that beautiful? You like me, you can't wait for it to cool down. Oh no. Look, it's got that fudginess to it. And this is gluten-free. Oh, I want some. Yeah, Hellman's does. Hellman's also has an organic one. It's not great, but I use Chosen now. What are you doing, baby? I'm gonna show you. This is the mayo. I finally got hubby out of. I can't believe it. I finally got us out of the Hellman's mayo. It took some time. What kind of sweetener is in the brownies? So the brownies Snickers have, what did we put in? Oh, dates. Hellman's plant-based. Lexi, which one? I'm eating this whole brownie, I think. It's so good. It's got dates in it. That's how we sweetened it. Now, the recipe calls for maple syrup, but I was with Rainey when we were making it, and it really doesn't need it. I put some of the allergy-free chocolate chips on top, but it really doesn't need it. I mean, honestly, if you guys, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in my recipe software at work, and I'm going to give you the breakdown so that if you are diabetic or you have to, or you know, have to do insulin resistance, I want you to have all the information. The Hellman's olive oil one. Good. Listen, that is a start. That's the start. But I would read every label, and if you have, you know, and then you got to look at all your packaged food. The problem with seed oils is they're everywhere. They're in every ingredient. And canola and rapeseed oil, those oils are not good. But I got to do that for you guys. Look at how cute. I mean, honestly, it's so good. It's not super sweet. Lexi, that's great. But some people aren't there yet, you know? And that's why I love that you're here. And if you're here for the first time, or, you know, you've only been watching for a few weeks now or a few months, go to my Stand store and download the free copy of the Premium Pantry Makeover. It tastes so good. See, I can eat like this. Some people will be like, oh my God, it's not sweet enough. But really, we eat enough sugar in life. We don't need all the sugar. It's really good. Yes. Incognito. We are cooking for allergies tonight, and this is completely allergy free of the 9 allergens, and it's brownies, and they're delicious, and they're not terribly sweet. They taste like something. They are sweetened with dates, made with gluten-free flour. They have what did we put in here? I'll tell you. Majol dates, cocoa powder, flaxseed, vanilla, baking soda, some dairy-free chocolate, like the allergy-free chocolate chips. My kids were young, so that's what they grew up on. This is all they know. My daughter too, until she went to school. And then she went off the deep end for a long time. And now she goes back and forth. But health is her base. Clean, healthy, organic food is her base. She doesn't know any other way. Yeah. Yes, exactly. She doesn't really know McDonald's, you know? Like, I mean, she's definitely been to McDonald's and she's eaten French fries, but she knows it makes her sick. So she doesn't, it's very rare. All right, now let me show you. I'm going to keep showing you this. See? It's starting to break down now. You see, the rice is starting to break down a little bit. This is a coconut rice pudding. By tomorrow, when this cools down, there will be really no liquid. It'll just be creamy. And at that point, what I do is I add more coconut milk to this. But if you don't want to use coconut milk and you're not allergic to nuts, you could use cashew milk, almond milk, oat milk. If you want to use oat milk, if you don't have an allergy to oat milk. I mean oats. So you can. I just wanted to make this for you so that you could see that there's no allergens at all, and it needs some more time. And then we're gonna taste it. And you're going to see it's such a nice rice pudding. Can you use rice milk? Oh, yeah, totally, Janice. You could I forgot about rice milk. Oh, yeah. Of course you could use rice milk. Yeah, 100%. I like the Eden one. Eden rice milk. Eden soy. Do they have a rice milk? I think so, if I remember correctly. I used to use rice milk all the time. I loved it. I don't use it that often anymore. People don't ask for it because everybody thinks carbs are terrible for you. Carbs are terrible for some people, but not for everybody. Yeah, they have a great, I love Eden Soy. I think they're one of the few companies that have not, I don't think Eden Soy has been bought out. I remember the owner. His name was Michael. Met him in 1994. 92, 94, 93, somewhere in there. It was the very first natural products show. Him and Rachel, the woman who started Amy's, and she started it for her daughter, who used to show up at the trade shows in her stroller. So cool, right? Let me see. I don't think Eden has ever sold their company. I kind of feel like they haven't, but let's see. No. It remains an independent manufacturer that has been under the same management since its founding in 1968. I love that. It makes me so happy. I actually get choked up. Michael. There he is, Michael J. Potter. Yep. And the founder, Michael J. Potter. I remember him. He was that man, honestly, I think I'm actually gonna cry. That man knew organic, he's just an amazing man. It is the largest remaining independent natural and organic food company in the United States, in the Americas. Largest purveyor of Japanese traditional macrobiotic food in the world, with more than 75 of these foods being offered. Oh yeah, he's the real deal, honestly. He used to show up at those trade shows and talk about Eden's, oh here. Yeah, wow, this is cool. Yeah, he was pretty cool. Oh, I didn't know they had an Eden News. I'm signing up right now. I remember meeting him. He was so awesome and so knowledgeable about farming. And so years ago, I actually was in the room at the CIA. I think there might have been 100 people in the organic food industry, maybe a little bit more. There were scientists from Union of Concerned Scientists, organic farmers, and there was a panel discussion when they decided to come from, and I don't know if Janet and Tyler are here, but they started in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And when they were going to hand over the labeling of organic food to the USDA, it was a big deal, and farmers did not want it. And I was in that room for that discussion. It was like, was it 2 days or 1 day? I feel like, I don't know, but it was a long, long day. And it got heated. It was pretty cool. Farmers came from all over the country and got up. And I remember the FDA spokespeople going, we will guarantee that organic food will remain safe and effective. Was that the words they kept using? And people went berserk. It was intense. It was intense. Hold on. I'm signing up for Eden's newsletter. Yeah, I thought they hadn't been, I thought he never sold his company. I believe Amy's did, but, and some of the older companies, but I don't know. All right, I signed up. Yay. Why do we need moderators? Became the 184th fan. Yay! That is why it's so good. Yeah. I mean, Eden beans, they don't put salt in their beans. He had a 196-acre farm in Florida with a fresh spring well water system. I mean, that's it. Brenda, I know June was here for a little while. She's probably still here. She may be cooking or something. Tyler was here for a little while. Yeah, I don't know. Cows, chickens, pigs, tons of fresh vegetables. My grandmother would churn butter. Isn't that the best? Yep, here's June. June's been cranking it. Okay, look, I want to show you. See how the rice is starting to bubble the pot? Now it's getting nice and creamy. Here's where it turns to the pudding. You see that? It's getting nice and creamy. Of course I'm here. I love you, June. Brenda, June's here. Yes, and Nance, what I love about Eden is they're more expensive. They're almost $4 a can, but they cook them with sea vegetables. So you're getting minerals and that sea flavor without the high sodium content. Oh, that's okay. I'm good. Everybody's been so easy and wonderful. And June's still here. Have a wonderful night, Brenda. Look at how beautiful this pudding is. See, I like the way that looks right now. And then now it's going to get nice and creamy. We're going to let that go a little bit longer. And then I'm going to add a little bit more milk, and then we're gonna let it sit overnight, and it's gonna be gorgeous in the morning. Nice and creamy, really beautiful, and it makes a lovely, lovely thing. Now, if you were gonna use this for Thanksgiving, if you're having somebody come over and they can't eat pie because, they can't handle the gluten or something, and you wanna give them a nice Thanksgiving treat, you can make a beautiful rice pudding like that. And it's delicious. It's so good. So we're gonna put it in here when it gets done. I just wanted to rinse out the, let's keep tapping. Kimmy is here. Look at that. We have brownies and we have pudding. And you can still have really nice sweets. And then I will put a chocolate chip cookie in here with no eggs and no, and none of the, wait, let me see. What's it I want? It's going to be gluten-free, egg-free, and sweetened with maple sugar. And then we'll put an optional tag to add walnuts. So good. Do you like soft and chewy cookies? So here's the thing. If you like a soft, chewy cookie, you cook it with less time. If you like crispy, you cook it longer. That's really it. Oh, we didn't really get there, did we? It's all right. It's a little hard. Sometimes people just love to watch, I guess, but that's okay. I'm eating the brown. It's so good. All right, so you guys have any questions for me? Do you want to see any other recipes? What else are we thinking? Anybody have any questions tonight? This is also our Q&A night too. If I get home early enough tomorrow night and I'm not crazy or completely exhausted, I will jump on, but I can't promise. Hey, Mystical. Look, I made fudgy brownies that are allergy-free. Do you put the rice pudding in the fridge overnight to cool? So this is what I'm gonna do, Janice. I'm gonna put it in this pan, and then I'm gonna wait about an hour, and then I'm gonna put it in my refrigerator. I don't wanna leave it overnight because rice, believe it or not, is one of those things that has a very high, like, foodborne illness sort of tag. It's in the top, I think, like 5 or 10 foods that, you know, are at risk for bacteria growth. So you have to kind of treat it carefully. That's why it's not really good to cook extra rice and leave it around, because it has a lot of moisture in it. And when food has a lot of moisture, it easily attracts foodborne illnesses, especially like bacteria and things like that. I have, Queen Rachel. I can't believe you just said that, because today I was looking at my crew and we're busy this week. We're catering, so I'm you know, I can't really do a lot besides our basic. But I found a bag of maple sugar at the place that sells steak for $95 a pound, but it was $24 for a bag. That's a little pricey, but it might be the only way you can get it. Let's say do I have my little bag here? Sometimes, oh, here. This little maple sugar bag is 6 ounces, and it's about $9 in the store. So $95 a pound is a little bit up there, right? Let me get my calculator out. I could do fractions easier in my head. Yeah, so $25 a pound is better. I think $94 is a little over the top. Is it organic? Because this is even organic maple sugar. I mean, I buy this, but I also get 40 pounds at a time. The apple cider for 10.5 gallons. Wait, what? Oh, for a 10 half gallon. The apple cider for a 10 half gallon. The steak is $95 a pound, or the maple sugar. Yum. Kath, I like where your head's at. I don't care about what else is going on, but that looks yummy. No, Mystical, that's all right. I'm talking about, like, if you cook rice and you leave $10 for a half gallon of apple cider. Is it organic cider or the apple sprayed? All right. This is actually ready. So I'm gonna put this in my pot, in my bowl. And then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do from here. The steak. Oh, the steak threw you off. All right, so the steak was $95. And that's about the going rate for $24 a pound, but it should be organic. Don't forget that. Organic maple sugar runs about $24 a pound. Not regular sugar, maple sugar. Hold on, I just want to add some water to that pan so it doesn't stick. All right, so look at our pudding. So this obviously is going to absorb a ton of liquid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stir in half of my coconut milk now. And then later, hold on. Later I'm going, do I have coconut? I don't, I have almond and oat. All right, I'm going to have to use this. That's fine, I don't mind. This is unsweetened. But I'm gonna put like half of this in, and then you will see it, it's gonna absorb. But look at what 1 cup of rice did. Oh, okay, mystical. Yes. So what I was saying is rice is is high up there in foods that are susceptible to foodborne illness, bacteria growth. So if you're going to store cooked rice pudding, it has sugar in it. You're not going to keep it for a super long time. You're okay. You're having it for a party, that's okay. But if you're gonna cook like a rice and then you're going to leave it in your refrigerator, you have to completely cool down that rice. I would store it only in a glass container, not plastic, not even the good plastic, those BPA free. I would store it completely in glass. Make sure it is completely cold. And when I say completely cold, I would say under 40 degrees before you put the lid on. Because what's gonna create and attract bacteria is that dampness. So a lot of people who have like mold sensitivities or allergies or have a high histamine issue, naturopaths will tell you all the time, do not eat cooked rice that is sitting in your refrigerator for more than a day or 24 hours because it tends to begin to attract bacteria. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. Now, a bowl of rice pudding like this, what I'm going to do. Oh, why did you cook it and cover it? So think about what you're doing. You're creating a petri dish, right? If I was to cover any hot food, it's really any hot food. If you could cook it yourself, you're better off. Because they leave it in a rice cooker all the time. So let me shut my oven up. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of salt to this. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's gonna pop the sugar. I don't wanna add sweetness to this. I just wanna give it that. So when I say cool it down completely, you need to cool to know. You want it to be below 40 degrees before you put a cover on it. Okay? Very important when it's rice or any hot food. You should not cover it because what you're doing is you're creating an environment of humidity and heat, and that heat rises up. It forms condensation, it drops in, it gets damp. That damp environment never goes away. And, you might do that all the time. You might be doing it forever and you've never had a problem, but that one time, think about this. Ooh, that rice tastes delicious. And you put a spoon in your mouth and then you dip it back in there. What happens is your mouth is where carbohydrates start digesting. Your enzymes are released. You put that in here, digestion begins. You run the risk. That's why, in food service, you don't leave, a cup of water like this, because if I drank that and then I touch the rim, there's a potential that I picked up enzymes from my mouth or whatever, and then I touch food. You got to be really careful. You just have to be careful. And that goes with anybody. You're eating food, and you dip. That's why double dipping is a big no. Even at home, you should never, ever double dip. because all you're doing is adding digestive enzymes from your mouth into food. So it's not good. And then what you want to do is something like this, even soups. If you could put it in an ice bath, great. If you can't, it's very hard to do at home, but you want to constantly stir. What I do is I try and constantly stir, right? And then I try and let that steam go away, and then I throw it in the refrigerator. You have like, I think it's, 4 to 6 hours we talked about for your food to drop. It's 2 hours when you're sitting at home. So 2 hours for food when you leave it out. So you want to just put it in the fridge at an hour. Soup is the same thing. You make a big pot of soup. If there's a way that you can break that soup into smaller pots or smaller containers to cool it quicker, the worst thing you could do is make like a nice big pot of soup and then like throw it in your refrigerator to cool off in an 8-quart pot. It takes forever. Like what we do at work is we have ice sticks. So you freeze you have to keep them very clean because they're going to go in a pot of soup, but you throw, you have to either do that, drop it in an ice bath in our big sinks, or you have to split it up into containers because it's very hard for that soup to cool down in time. I wouldn't keep rice the day before. I wouldn't do it. Why, and if you're going to do it mystical, put it in a bowl, spread it out, cool it off. Thank you for your fan. Thank you for becoming a fan. The more you know. Yes. Listen, is there really a big risk for you at home? Not necessarily. It's not as bad as like in a commercial kitchen, like where I work, where we have to be really careful. Did you see me? Did you see my message? No, I didn't. I don't see a message. Oh, here. Oh, Char Strike. Is Char Strike still here? I think she is here. Is that what you're saying about Char Strike? Thanks, Cheeks. Do what amount of time to cool before placing it? I wait an hour. I want that heavy heat to come off it because I don't want it to do anything else. Char Strike, I guess Tyler's on the lookout for you. Can you reach out to Tyler? I guess he wants to share. I don't know what he needs, but he's asking. Oh, all your emails are bouncing back. Char Strike, can you reach out to Tyler to fix your email, please? So this is what I do for like the next hour, and then I stick it in the fridge. And I will not cover this till it's completely cool, and I will check a thermometer. Now, the white rice from a Chinese store, I don't know how long it's been sitting in those steam pots for. I won't eat rice from a Chinese store. I'm really not a Chinese food eater, honestly. I'll eat it from my friend who's Chinese because she makes homemade Chinese food, and I freaking love her food. In fact, I've asked her if I could come and do a live with her, and she can make like her 3 favorite foods with you guys. And I'm going to see if she'll do it one of these days. But anyway, yeah, I mean, check it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. And I certainly wouldn't eat it the next day because I don't know how long it's there. And remember, right, you bring it in that Chinese food container, right? Then you cover it and it sits in there. That's it. If you have mold problems, like if you are susceptible to mold, nope, wouldn't do that with rice. That's just me. Good to know, right? Need to clean out your inbox. Who, me? Who are you talking to? Tyler, my inbox or Char Strikes? See, this is what I do. I just constantly do this. And don't double dip. Do not double dip. You know, I have seen people double dip in my soup bins, and I completely and totally go nuclear spicy chef. Like a Looney Tune. And I'm like, are you kidding me? How disgusting can you possibly, like, I will embarrass people. It's a lot of money to be sticking your paws in soup and then putting it back. I just can't believe it. I'm doing that. You know, little skinny women, hello. Welcome. Thanks for the share. So yeah, that's my story on rice. So this rice pudding, I will cool this down and then I will put it in wide mouth mason jars and I'll give it out because we won't eat all this at home. I don't really eat this at home too much. And I'm gonna bring this to work and they will love it. Look at that. Look, it looks fudgy too. I can't believe I ate that big piece of brownie. I'm shocked at myself, but it was so good. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I've never made an ice bath to cool my soup, an ice bath to cool my soups, but I like the idea. Yeah, Cass, if you make a lot of ice or even cold water, if you have a big sink, like I have a big sink, I could literally put it in there. Now, if you can't, they sell like, ice sticks, or even if you have a decent ice pack, you could put it in like a Ziploc or something and drop it into the middle of your soup. That's okay too. Anything that's gonna cool that down fast enough is what you're looking for. Hi, buddy. Want to say hi to everybody? Come on. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Yes, I know. You know, so do that. Yeah, I mean, like I have ice packs. If I really need to cool something off at home, I'll drop my ice packs in. Hi, baby. I'll put it in like a Ziploc bag, and you know it might not stay in there. It might float, but I'll kind of shove it in there and hold it down, even if it's like for 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I love the ice pack idea. Yeah. As long as they're clean, you know? Wrap them with saran wrap even, I guess. I mean, that's plastic and heat. I don't know if I would do that. I guess the plastic baggie's the same. I don't know. It's all sort of relative. Look at my little boys here. Come here, my little boy. Come here. Okay, you guys ready for cuteness overload? Ooh, hello. Look at my babies. They came to visit. You're so cute. I love you so much. I know. Hello, handsome. Hello. This is Loki, everybody. If you haven't been here before, this is Loki, and this is Thor. He was the runt. He's a little fat boy. He eats everybody's food. Right? That's who you are. But I still love you so much. I know they're so freaking cute, right, Janice? My baby. It's so cute. I might vacuum seal the ice packs. Ooh, Lexi, that's a good idea too. You could do that too. Yeah. Thank you. I know I love my puppies. They're so cute. All right, so look, you have two cute little allergy-friendly, yummy foods. I'm going to give you one more in that. That's my Christmas wish for this year, is to get a vacuum sealer system. Cass, I have one on my dining room table right now. My husband is all into like prepping stuff, and he makes fishing. Wait, I have to show you. I should do this with you guys one day. He's got fire starters. I'm going to show you what he's making. This is my sweet, amazing husband. I just adore him. Hold on, look. Look what he makes. I should have him start. Look, these are fire starters, and he uses the like Sam's, yeah, we got ours at Sam's. Look, and then he did like flint with matchsticks. This is what he's up to. He has like a medic pack. This one came already. These were all made. And then look, he has little candles. He's my prepper. We have all kinds of crazy stuff like this. And then he makes packs for people. Dryer lint. Yeah, we do too. Oh, I have to show him that. Yeah, we do that in Girl Scouts. We make the fire starters with the lint. Pretty cool, right? All right. Yeah, so that's what we use our food saver thing for. And he does it with, we got ours in, like a Costco or BJ's, one of those places. He loves using that. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Oh, Kelvin, keep moving, sir. We don't do that kind of stuff here. Hi, Georgette. Hi, Kay. All right, so does anybody have any questions about tonight? So a quick, if you want, we'll do a quick commercial for the 100 people that are watching. I got mine from Sam's. Yeah, it came with lots of extras. Yeah. That, he has all that stuff. That's what he does. When he's off, he's making survival kits. I should probably put those on our stand store. Survival kits. Cooking survival kits. If you've not been here before, I spend my time sort of giving you my love of organic. That's perfect, Cass. I love that. Yeah, that's what you want for Christmas. You should tell them to get you the all access pass for the organic food movement, and then you could make the food and package it and be all in with healthy, good, yummy food. So if you've not been here before, I've been studying food and healing for the past 40 years, cooking organic whole foods. And I work in a health food store called Nature's Temptations in Ridgefield in Connecticut. And I really spend a lot of time teaching. Now we're talking, good idea, right? And I just... my purpose for being here is to help people make that transition from like the standard American diet to an organic whole foods diet. Clear that inflammation, clear that, not feeling good all the time, and learn to eat nutrient dense food. And how do we do that? We do that by all our cooking classes. We have a calendar that comes out. The November calendar will be out this week. It's going to be a little lighter than normal because I have Thanksgiving to work on. But I have Sunday night cooking classes. Thank you, Snickers. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me to hear that, honestly. And we have... hi, Emma. We have the Monday night is, what's Monday nights? Superfan. We have Tuesday nights is usually our Q&A. Wednesday mornings is our kitchen pharmacy class. Thursdays, I usually show up in my kitchen and take you kind of on a journey of crazy. That's going to happen this Thursday. You're going to see us catering. And then, I know, baby, you want a treat? I have a treat. And then we are doing, have Saturday nights or Saturday mornings are our kitchen hacks. And here you go, sweetheart. And then we have, I don't know what I'm doing. I forget what I'm doing for kitchen hacks this week, but it's 10 a.m. on Saturday. And then Sundays I'm in my kitchen, and Sunday nights, this Sunday, if you want to join, we're doing a soup cooking class. It's $25 to join. You get the recipes ahead of time, and then you, I dehydrate some treats for the doggies. And then we have a soup class. So you can join that. You get the soups, the recipes ahead of time, and then you go and, we prepare them, and then we do our class on 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. It's really wonderful. We have such a good time. Here, you want one more treat? Here you go. Here you go, baby. And then I have a bunch of books. We have a cleanse book, a lunchbox rescue. They're all ebooks, downloadable ebooks. I just put out the Thanksgiving guide. There's also some freebies on there. What kind of soups are you gonna make? Oh, Lachelle, on the soup class next week on Sunday night, I am making, I think, a black bean chorizo, potato leek, and broccoli cheddar. And then I think those are the soups I chose. And then if you want to join like an all access kind of thing, it's $397. It runs all the way to December of next year. So you get like, it's, what is that, like 13 months now? Is it 14 months? And you also get a signed copy of my cookbook, Love by the Ladle, and it's a soup book. It's got a ton of beautiful photographs, 28 different soups. Well, I guess I have to sign up for that class. Gal, you love the classes. You should do the all access. You get the cookbook, every class, every ebook, all the other books. I mean, it's such a better, and you get access to the recipe vault, which has probably now close to 500 recipes, and our kitchen pharmacy, which has, I think, 19 or 20 kitchen pharmacy classes. And Wednesday of every month, you get our webinar. And on the last Wednesday of the month, every Wednesday of the month, the last Wednesday of every month, I'm going to be doing a webinar for my all access crew. So it's really the best of everything. And then if you're into merch like t-shirts and aprons and all that fun stuff, you can also get merch now, and that's all in our Stan store. So check out the Stan store link. It's really got all of everything. You can see all of our replays on YT, and then you can go to the Book of Face and join our organic food movement community. And you, oh my God, my dog, he's so cute. He's just laying at my feet with his paws out like this, waiting for me. Oh my God, he's so cute. So any of those things are there for you. And honestly, I feel like it's the best investment you can make for yourself. Better than a gym membership. I know it's so cute. Better than a gym membership, because really, you can work out, you can go for a walk, you can lift weights, you can look great, you can do all those things. But if you don't have your food right, you're never getting rid of your inflammation. You're never getting rid of, all of those, all of the things that happen to you when you put those awful things in your body. You also get the free downloads. So the free downloads are a premium kitchen pantry makeover. There's a vital sips. And yeah, the basics, all the toxins, exactly. So I just feel like invest in yourself, $1 a day, and you get me for an entire 12 or 13 months. What is that? It's from this moment, like if you join tonight, and then you get it all the way through next year. You get every cooking class. The only thing you won't get is the one-on-one recipe builder, which is an additional $149. But I think, if we do that, we should do it for less. Like if somebody joins, they can do a bump up. We should do that, Tyler. Oh, actually, and then if you get it, you can become a affiliate, and you make your money back after 5 people. $1 a day keeps the doctor away. Gail, I love that. That's a big claim. That's a bold claim. Keeps your energy up. Yeah. So anyway, I'm doing it for you guys. I really feel like that's my purpose. I'm here to help and guide and, fill your belly with love. Good night, Elliot. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. These recipes will be in the recipe vault if you'd like to download them. Don't forget to get your premium pantry makeover. Don't forget to pick up your Vital Sips. That's your whole worksheet. They're both free. And and there's actually a vegan Big Mac. Gift to yourself, yeah, this holiday season for sure. Yeah, and I think that you can do it through a payment plan too, so invest in yourself. I don't know, we'll talk about that because I say things and then I get crazy. What that? What do you mean, Deanne? Good night, Chef. Good night, Kath. I hope that you guys enjoy the class tonight. I did the payment plan, it came to $33 a month. June, that's awesome. Did you see somebody bought an all access through your affiliate, June? Did you know that? So you almost got back a third of your money. Oh, did you get yourself sick? Drink some water, buddy. You ate too fast because you're a little fatty. All right, my loves. If you need me, I'm here. Reach out. We're always here to help. The best way to reach me is either email or you can join the Book of Base. Don't forget to show me pictures of all the food you guys make. I love those. I want to put a video together. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I will see you guys. You'll see me Thursday for sure. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I posted my boats. Ooh, I can't wait. Yes. I fixed the other one for you too. All right, my loves. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all Thursday, if not tomorrow. You do, Mystical? I love that. Good night, Christina. All right, that's awesome. Hi, Jacqueline. Bye, Jacqueline. Bye, Vita. Hi, Vita. Welcome. We're leaving. I can't wait. I'm going to watch it tonight. Good night, Lexi. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I will see you all shortly.